Oh, okay. We might have to abort mission. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming at ya barefaced. I feel like that's tradition now. Whenever I come on the camera barefaced, I have to slap my face. Don't ask me why. As you could tell by the title of today's video, I am going to be trying a new eyeshadow product. So before we get started, I did want to really quickly just read to you guys what this product is about because I thought this was really interesting. If you don't already know, I work in the health and wellness section of a grocery store. So I deal with literally everything from like allergy pills to hemorrhoid cream, sunscreen, shampoo, and then of course also makeup. I feel like I'm talking with my hands a lot. Okay, lots of energy today. So while I was working one day, I saw that we had just put up a little display of these little, I want to call them like eyeshadow tubes, and I was so intrigued. So that display of course was for the new Rimmel Wonder'Cloud eyeshadow. The Rimmel Wonder'Cloud eyeshadow is an all-day wear soft eyeshadow, whipped texture, I'm having a hard time saying that, blends like a dream with fingertips for buildable color you can control, ultra soft tapered applicator for quick and mess-free application. Built-in primer allows for all-day wear and zero creasing. So that is what attracted me the most to these products because if you guys don't already know, I am a strong advocate for eyeshadow primer, okay? I am team eyeshadow primer. I know a lot of people don't use it these days. I will not be the first to tell you that concealer does not replace eyeshadow primer. I digress. Anyways, I have very oily eyelids, so it is a product that I depend on a lot. When I heard that this was an eyeshadow with a built-in primer, okay, my attention was captured. I'm looking on Rimmel's website and it appears that there are only 5 colors of this, which kind of sucks. I wish there were more. So the first one we have here is called Honey Drop. The second one is called Foggy Beige. Third one is called Truffle Haze. The fourth one here is Spiced Petal. And the last one here is Chilled Peach. Now I'm confused because there's these 5 shades on the website, but in store there was like a mint green, and on Rimmel's website I'm seeing a photo of the mint green. For some reason the mint green isn't listed in their 5 shades, so I guess there's 6 shades. I don't know what's happening there, but just trust me, there is a mint green. For some reason it's not on their website, but there is one. I couldn't really find one single price for these, but from what I could gather, the prices kind of range from like $7 to $12 depending on where you're buying it from. So overall, it is pretty affordable, and given that most of these shades are quote unquote everyday shades, I think that's a decent price because you will get a lot of use from them. Let me go ahead and show you guys the shades that I picked up. So I picked up 2 shades of these because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, and I was like, I don't want to pick up all 5 and then end up hating it and then I'll just have it sitting there in my collection. So the first shade that I picked up is the shade 003 Truffle Haze, and this looks like a cool toned brown shade. And then the second shade that I picked up is called 001 Honey Drop, and this looks honestly pretty close to my skin tone, so I figured this could be like an everyday type of shade, so that's why I picked up this. I'm gonna try to give you guys swatches. Actually, you know what? This is perfect. So I've been practicing henna. I'm not good at it, I know, but I'm practicing. That's the whole point of practice. So I do have like this design here that is very faded, so I guess we can see if these will cover. All right, so this is what the applicator looks like. Honestly, it looks like a liquid lipstick applicator. All right, let's see if I can give you guys a swatch. Ooh. Okay, so it does say that you can layer them for more like opacity, but that is one layer of the shade Truffle Haze. You can definitely still see my henna through one layer, but I do think it's supposed to do that because, like I said, it is meant to be a buildable product, so that doesn't bother me. And also, it's not like I have henna on my eyelids, so I don't have to worry about covering that up. Let's go ahead and swatch the second shade, which is Honey Drop. Okay, you can see this shade definitely blends in with my skin tone. It kind of looks like I just put a concealer there. Honestly, I am impressed. Like, this is only one layer of each color, so I wasn't expecting it to be like super full coverage, but I do think it looks pretty good. Let's go in with one more layer and then I can actually put this on my eyes because I know that's what you guys are here for. boom. I feel like that second layer made it almost full coverage. And I feel like the concept of a full coverage eyeshadow doesn't really matter because like, what are you trying to cover on your eyelids? You know what I mean? It's not like a concealer where you have like these dark circles that you really want to get rid of. So I feel like this kind of formula where it's buildable is really nice because you can very easily customize the shades to get the look that you want. So that is 2 layers of each. That looks good. Let's go ahead and zoom you in and we can start putting this on my eyes. I didn't use any eyeshadow primer because obviously these claim to be built in with eyeshadow primer, so I don't have any of that on my lids. Usually I use concealer to clean up underneath my eyebrows, but I recently waxed them, so I felt like I didn't need that either. And I also didn't want that concealer to interfere with the texture of this product. I do have some like moisturizer on my eyelids, but I feel like that has dried down by now because it's been like at least half an hour. So I'm going to start off with the darker shade, which again was called Truffle Haze. Okay, so I'm kind of just painting that on like it's a liquid eyeshadow. Wow. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Wow, you're so funny. All right, so I'm gonna take my finger and you're just supposed to blend it out, which I'm gonna take means like patting it out. I do have some veins in my eyelids. I mean, obviously everyone does. I mean like visible veins, and it does seem to be covering them up a little bit. Obviously this is only 1 layer, so I'm not expecting anything crazy. My eyelids are the darkest part of my face, like my eyelids and my under eyes. So considering that 1 layer of this evened it out pretty nicely, that's pretty impressive. The question now is, should we go in with the second layer of that dark color? What do you guys think? I wish you could answer me. Oh, my camera just, hello? I am so sorry. My ring light is so finicky and it's so annoying. Like, it doesn't want to stay straight. It just wants to go and and it's very annoying. Okay, hello. Can we not be at like a 45-degree angle? I don't know if that even fixed it, but we're just gonna go with it. All right, so I feel like that has dried down a little bit. I didn't read, are you supposed to let it dry down in between layers? Let me see. Apply with applicator, blend with fingertips, and layer for added intensity. Okay, it doesn't say anything about letting it dry, but it does feel dry on my eyelids. So let's go in with a little more of that shade. I'm trying to keep this focused on my crease area, but I feel like because it is so moussey and like light, it kind of just travels everywhere. So I don't think this is the kind of product where you'll be able to get a super precise look, but I also don't think it's meant to do that. I gotta be totally honest, I am impressed so far. I feel like that is pretty nice coverage. Obviously it is pretty easy to just dip your brush in some eyeshadow and layer it on, but I feel like the way that this blended out was so easy compared to using a brush. Even if you had like a super fluffy brush and you could just blend, this was so much easier and this was so much faster. I really like that. Oh my god, I'm tilted again. So I wiped off my finger and we are ready for the next shade. Again, this is the shade Honey Drop, and I want to use this just as an overall lid color, but I don't want to put this in the crease, but I feel like inevitably some of it will end up there. I really do like how much product comes out on the applicator. I feel like it does really give you a decent amount of product. All right, let's start off with that. Just pat that out. Okay, it's not really blending with the other shade. It is just like layering on top. Oh, okay. We might have to abort mission. I don't know if you can see from this angle, but do you see how there's like a bald spot? What the heck? Okay, so I have used this before. Like, I tried out the darker shade Truffle and I just wore it all by itself, and then I just popped on some mascara. I didn't use anything else with it and it was fine. Now that I'm combining the 2 shades, I'm getting some balding. Like, I'm a man in his 40s. Why am I balding? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take my camera out from the tripod really quickly so I can show you guys close up what I'm seeing, because it's not pretty and I'm a little heartbroken. There's no shame in having a bad makeup day, okay? I've had my fair share of bad makeup days. I probably have enough to make up a bad makeup month, all right? But I don't like how these look layered on top of each other. I just feel like I'm getting bald spots, and then I'm also getting areas where it's like built up, and I didn't have that problem when I wore the shade Truffle by itself. Because I don't want this video to be a total flop and I feel like these still could be useful products, I'm gonna take this off and we're gonna try it again, but we're only gonna use one eyeshadow. I feel like these are not meant to layer with each other, which is weird because if I wanted to do like 3 layers of Honey Drop on its own, it would work. Like the formula would work well together, but I feel like the problem comes in when you put one shade on top of the other. So that being said, I am going to take this off. My ring light just fell. I'm all lopsided. So today is just a great video, isn't it? We'll come back and I'll try again with just using one shade instead of layering the shades. All right, so I am back. I wiped off the eyeshadow that I had on my eyelid. I reapplied a little bit of moisturizer and I gave it some time to sink into my skin. We are gonna go back in with the shade Honey Drop. I figured let's see how well the lighter shade performs on its own. I do have to say I will be knocking points off of my final score for the fact that you can't really use them on top of each other, but if this performs well on its own, I do still think that it could be a good product. So I guess I'm gonna be taking this shade all over, oh there's a hair on my nose, all over the lid. Again, this shade is pretty similar to my skin tone, so I don't think it'll do, you know, anything crazy, but I do just want to see how it performs throughout the day because I do have to go to work today, so I will be like sweating and walking around, so I do want to see how well it can handle that. Okay, yeah, so even though I'm layering it here, I'm not getting like an issue with patchiness like I did before. I don't know what happened before. I think maybe just the two colors didn't play well together, but that's kind of disappointing. But nonetheless, I am really liking how this looks right now. Now that I have 2 layers of that built up on my eyelid, it honestly does look like I just put on the most natural looking eyeshadow that I could find in my collection, but I do like it. The finish is definitely matte, but again, it is still that like moussey consistency. I feel like now that I've applied it, it is not going anywhere unless I take makeup remover and remove it. So that is nice to know. Really quickly right here, I'll give you guys a side-by-side comparison and then we will go in and apply product to the other eye. You know, I don't know, maybe I was supposed to rub it instead of tap it because it did say blend, right? It didn't say like tap. Maybe that's why I was having problems before, but regardless, I'm not having problems now and I don't want to jinx it. So all right, that was so fast. That was like 15 seconds and we have 1 layer on. So I feel like now you can really see the difference between 1 layer and 2, especially of this color. Obviously the 2 layers is lighter, it is more opaque, whereas the 1 layer just gives you like a soft wash of color. So I'm gonna go in with a second layer and just like that, we're done. That was so quick. Wow, my scar is just bleeding out this whole time. I'm sorry, I look gross, but such is life. Anyways, now that I do have both eyes done, I will give you guys a quick little close-up and then I will go off camera, do the rest of my face, and I will be right back. Okay, so I am back and this is the finished makeup look. Obviously, I do have a lot of mascara on my lids. I did scrape off some of it, but honestly I couldn't be bothered. It's not that noticeable in real life, so just ignore it. I've had the eyeshadow on my lids now for about half an hour and it's performing really well. I don't have any complaints so far, just in terms of like long wearability, but again, it's only been half an hour. When I do my makeup now, I have been doing minimal or no bronzer and just like packing on the blush, and I feel like it looks really good. Like, anyways, that's unrelated. Right before I put my phone on the tripod, it was 3:30, so technically I feel like we can start the wear test at 3 because I've had this on my eyes since 3. So yeah, let's put the official wear time for the start of this test at 3 o'clock, and I'll check back in again in like 2 hours before I leave the house to go to work. I'll check in later at work in like bathroom lighting, and then I'll try and get another shot once I get home. But yeah, so that is it for this portion of this video. I guess I'll see you guys in a couple hours for another check-in. Okay, I apologize if this video is really shaky. I'm obviously holding the phone with my hands and I'm in the break room at work. There's no one around me, so I took off my mask. Okay, I'm holding my phone like kind of close to my face because I don't want it to look to other people like I'm filming a video. I don't know, it's like one of those things that's weirdly embarrassing. But anyways, I am really impressed with how this eyeshadow is like staying on. I don't see any creasing. Like obviously I do have folds in my eyelids, but the product isn't like separating weirdly in them or like doing anything weird at all. And it still looks pretty matte. None of my oils are like coming through and disrupting anything. So yeah, overall I am very pleased. I do stand by my original point, which was that I feel like this is a product that is more of an eyeshadow base rather than like a full eyeshadow, especially because you can't layer them on top of each other. But just as like a one product type of a look, I really do like how it looks and how it held up. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but it is 9:30, so I've had this on for about 6 hours in total. Announcement. But yeah, so I've had this on for about 6 hours in total and I'm going to be taking it off within the next half hour. So I think this is probably the last check-in that I will show you guys. But yeah, overall, I am very impressed with how it looks on its own. I do think if there is one color that really is attractive to you, then I don't think you can go wrong by purchasing it. If you wear it alone, I can tell just by the texture of it that other powder eyeshadows will layer really nicely on top of it. I just think the problem is with the other Wonder'Cloud eyeshadows on top of it don't mix well together. Yeah, that is it for this check-in, and let's go ahead and close off this video. All right, so those were my final thoughts on the Rimmel Wonder'Cloud eyeshadows. Overall, if I had to give it like a letter grade, I want to give it B+. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with B+ because I like how it wore throughout the day. I like the idea of a primer with an eyeshadow because that just kind of limits the amount of products that you have to layer up on your skin. Again, the main gripe is that I don't like that you can't use more than one color together. In that sense, there is kind of a little bit of a learning curve with this product. Otherwise, I can't really complain. So sorry, that's kind of inconclusive, but you know, you can take what you want from this video. So yes, that is pretty much it for this video. As always, thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys next time. Bye.